5 o'clock, and you're watching KCCI Channel 8 Des Moines, Iowa's news leader, with Steve Carlin, Cynthia Fodor, and meteorologist Mike Lozano. This is News Channel 8's First News at 5.
The Powerball split is decided. Hear what Timothy Schultz has to say about it coming up.
Plus, we'll show you why some teenagers in western Iowa are going without food.
And this landmark in Pella is making its comeback. We'll take you there coming up.
Good afternoon. This is News Channel 8's First News at 5. I'm Steve Carlin.
And I'm Cynthia Fodor. We haven't seen much snow in Des Moines so far.
It's been too darn warm, but down in southern Iowa, it's a different story. Let's go to meteorologist Mike Lozano. He's in the Weather Center with more. Mike?
They got hit pretty hard down there. A basic reason for it is we'll show you right here on live Super Doppler radar, a unique scenario, as it were. Back over here, we had a little pool of cold air being pulled down toward the south by a low-pressure system. Is actually located over here, southwest of Lamoni. Down here through Kirksville, see a little break in the clouds? There's a warm front sitting right there over by Keokuk. On this side, temperatures are actually quite warm. On this side, they're quite cold. Some of that warm, moist air went up over the top of the cold air. It produced up to 12 inches of snow being reported in Albia, for example, between 10 and 12 inches of snow. 6.5 inches of snow over in the Oskaloosa area. We're going to zoom in right now, show you what's left. Now, some of these folks are still reporting heavy snow falling in the vicinity of southeastern Iowa. Basically over by Washington, back over to Brighton, over to Ollie, Whatcheer, New Sharon, over to Oskaloosa, still another patch of heavy snow coming through that vicinity. Now, most of this snow, for the most part, is trying to sag down toward the southeast. The entire system is, but a lot of it is also trying to back up toward the northwest. So it's going to keep the snow in the forecast, at least for the next 4 or 5 hours, and then after that, some of the stuff may compress into ice, so that's a big danger for tonight. Lots of cars off in the ditches. We'll bring you the full details, plus the snow advisory area a little bit later on.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
And right now we're going to go to Sheila Brummer, who is live on the telephone right now down in Humiston, where they got quite a bit of snow this afternoon. Sheila?
They did, and people here are talking about the big snowflakes that fell. They say it was the size of silver dollars today, so it didn't take too long for the snow to pile up. Before it was over about 5 inches fell in just a short amount of time, and it's that thick, wet snow. People are having a real fun time cleaning it up this afternoon. Now, we did travel down I-35. It was clear. It wasn't too bad. The county roads are very slushy. It isn't a problem now, but tonight it should get very slick, or it could be very hard to travel tonight.
Okay, Sheila Brummer live on the telephone in Humiston. Now we want to go to Sheriff Paul Rashenko in Albia. And Sheriff, what do things look like down there?
Earlier they were pretty bad. We've got the snowfall that came down about that same size, and within just about 45 minutes the roads were full of snow. The bottom layer was ice. We had several semis jackknifed. We've had several accidents. It's starting to get a little bit cleared up now. The county and state people have gotten out on the roads and they're clearing them up as quick as they can, but it's still pretty treacherous down here.
Okay, that was my next question. Do you advise people go out on the roads or not, Sheriff?
No, I'd like to see them stay home if possible tonight, and also if they need anything from the Law Center, to try to please keep it to emergency calls, because we're getting completely flooded down here.
Okay, Sheriff Paul Rashenko on the phone from Albia. Thank you very much.
And in other news today, Timothy Schultz and Sarah Elder will split last month's Powerball prize exactly the way they bought the winning ticket, 50-50.
News Channel 8's Brian Polson is live at lottery headquarters here in Des Moines with today's developments. And Brian, how did they come to this decision? It couldn't have been easy.
Well, that's something we will never know exactly how they came to this agreement, but we do know that both Timothy Schultz and Sarah Elder, their attorneys, got together to help file this trust agreement, a 3-page trust agreement here with the Iowa Lottery headquarters earlier today, and it explains exactly how the two parties will split the prize. And earlier today we heard from one of those parties, Timothy Schultz, on the telephone.
It's been like a roller coaster. It's been up and down, and it's not something you can really put into words, but it's like the greatest moment of your life and the worst moment of your life, and you have all these different emotions.
Once and for all, 21-year-old Timothy Schultz knows his dreams really have come true. He's a millionaire.
Still really hard for me to comprehend that amount of money.
$15.9 million to be specific. And according to the trust agreement filed with the Iowa Lottery, he'll get 1/2, and so will his former Coastal Mart co-worker, Sarah Elder. Now that the trust papers have actually been filed here at the Iowa Lottery headquarters, the lottery can go forward with paying the prize. And that will come in the form of a good old-fashioned paper check.
There will be a physical check cut. It will be made to the Timothy E. Schultz Revocable Trust.
After taxes, Schultz and Elder will split $10.6 million. In a faxed statement, Elder said she's pleased with the outcome and that she's looking forward to exiting the media spotlight and getting back to her life. Schultz, again by telephone, said he's still on good terms with Elder.
Basically, we haven't really spoken since the whole thing. We spoke briefly yesterday for about 5 minutes, and I don't know, we're still friends. Everything worked out for the best.
Not only are Tim and Sarah on good terms, Tim told me that the two of them may actually go on a cruise together sometime down the road to celebrate their winnings. It has been a wild ride, Steve and Cynthia, but in the end, it seems like it's been a happy ending for everyone involved.
And that is good to see. But, Brian, when do they actually get the money?
The trust agreement here actually says as soon as reasonably possible. That could be as early as Monday when they get that check.
They'll be happy to see that. Thanks, Brian.
Well, there were some scary moments for a pilot in the skies over Des Moines this afternoon. Smoke filled the cockpit of his plane so thick that he had a hard time trying to determine where he was. Our News Channel 8 cameras were there as the smoke-filled plane came in for a landing. 2 people were in the plane at the time, both experienced pilots. They got a lot of help zeroing in on the airport from other planes in the area, and it all paid off, with the plane and the passengers landing safely.
A Des Moines man is in critical condition tonight after allegedly stealing anhydrous ammonia. 37-year-old Brandon C. suffered burns to his face, throat, and lungs. Investigators say he and a friend stole anhydrous ammonia in rural Warren County and put it in a container. Police believe the men wanted to make methamphetamine.
He stated that he and his friend had stolen some anhydrous in Warren County, put it in some type of a tank, and while they were transporting it back to Des Moines, it exploded.
Authorities say C's friend dropped him off at his home after that and took off. Authorities are looking for the friend but won't release his name. The Italian Prime Minister wants answers after a verdict in one of the worst accidents in Italy's history.
That begins our look at news around the world this afternoon. The Prime Minister, meeting with President Clinton today, says he doesn't understand how a military court acquitted pilot Richard Ashby in the cable car accident which killed 20 Italian skiers. Ashby's jet was flying too low when it hit a wire that sent a gondola crashing to the ground. The president says the U.S. shoulders the responsibility for what happened.
Actor and singer Richard Kiley has died. He was the original Man of La Mancha. Kiley's career on stage and in the movies spanned 4 decades. He had roles in the movie Looking for Mr. Goodbar and also most recently Patch Adams. Kiley was 76.
Californians live with the threat of earthquakes all the time, and now researchers have confirmed the existence of a large fault right under downtown Los Angeles. Using a new technique, they believe this may be the same fault that caused the deadly 1987 earthquake in that area. Still, a government expert claims this doesn't change the current estimates of the region's risk for earthquakes.
A record-breaking day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrial soared above 9,700 for the first time ever, ending up 268 points. The rally was broad-based, but the technology sector outshined all the others. The tech rally gave the NASDAQ a 44-point boost. The employment report indicating strong economic growth led the rally from the open this morning.
Dozens of southwestern Iowa teenagers will go to bed hungry tonight by choice.
Atlantic students are skipping breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. News Channel 8 Live Link reporter Tom Alzer spent the day there, and he joins us now with more. Tom, explain this.
Well, the teenagers are taking part in a 30-hour fast. They're hoping to raise money and awareness about hunger.
While most students were enjoying their noon meal, a group of others lunched on conversation and liquids. Some felt
a little bit hungry, because I eat a lot usually.
Nearly 150 students from 7 different Atlantic churches are taking part in the fast.
I'm ready.
Ready to bring attention to hunger around the world and around town.
You know, they look around and they see what we have, and we don't really know what it's like to not have these things. I mean, you know, we feel hungry. Well, we go to the refrigerator and get out something to eat. And there's a lot of children who just can't do that.
Most of the students are going without food for 30 hours. Some of the younger ones will fast for 15, but it's still a difficult lesson.
I'm going to be begging for mercy and on my knees, crawling around looking for food.
I'm doing it for a good cause, so it's all worth it.
To help pass the time and feed their minds, organizers give examples on how just a little effort can go a long way.
For the cost of a can of pop, $50
50 cents. You could feed a hungry child for one day.
Now on Saturday morning, the teenagers will be going door to door collecting food and money. The food will stay in Atlantic. The money will go to help an international hunger organization called World Vision.
Okay, Tom, is this just happening in Atlantic?
No, towns all over the U.S. are taking part in this. Some are doing it this weekend, some did it last weekend.
And the big question, Tom, when can they eat again?
Tomorrow afternoon at 1:30.
Ooh, that's a long time to wait.
They're counting the hours.
They'll learn something. Thanks, Tom.
Well, a Pella landmark is up and running again. We'll take you on a visit to the Strawtown Inn. Coming up.
And what should you do about those ugly warts? Dr. Tom gives us some advice coming up in our Feel Your Best report.
Does this look like a war zone? It is a gas price war zone where competition is fierce. How low can they go? Tonight on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
I love shopping.
Americans love value. That's why it's easy to spot a Chevy Malibu owner.
I shopped a lot before I bought the Malibu.
When you're 6'4", you need a lot of leg room.
And I don't have to take it in to get a tune-up for 100,000 miles.
You see, Malibu has the features people want for a lot less than Camry and Accord.
It feels great to get a lot for your money.
The car you knew America could build. Malibu. Genuine Chevrolet.
The car you knew America could build. The Chevy Malibu. Right now, get the Malibu for only $219 a month. Hurry into your local Chevy dealer today.
The human cannonball!
Eat less fat. Subway's great tasting freshly made tuna sub has 40% less fat than McDonald's filet of fish. Try a fresh value meal made with the world's favorite tuna today. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Oh gosh, we have a blast shopping together.
You have too much gray. Gray and purple. Put that back.
I think I know more about fashion than Erin does. Here, this looks cute, but you don't need a small, that's for sure.
She can go through the same rack and pick out something I missed, and it'll look great on me.
This will go good with those khaki shorts you have.
She's a little bossy, but I take it. You see the little capri pants?
Yeah, those are cute.
We go in there for one item. The cart's full.
Call it 30.
Yeah.
I can look good and still save money. That's where Walmart comes in. Oh my gosh, look at your cart. It looks like your bedroom.
Or your car.
This is it, Carpetback's biggest sale of the year. Hundreds of carpets, thousands of floors at our biggest discount. Berbers, plushes, textures at incredible savings. Vinyl, wood, laminate floors on sale. Area rugs and ceramic tile at giveaway prices. Plus savings on top of savings with up to 2 years free financing or 10% off for cash. It's Carpetback's biggest sale of the year. Our best prices plus savings on top of savings. Through Saturday, don't miss it.
There is life again in this Marion County landmark. It's as much a part of Pella as the tulips and those yummy Dutch letters.
People love this place, and after being closed for nearly a year, the Strawtown Inn is back in business. News Channel 8's Aaron Hurley checks it out.
3 of you today, okay? Yeah. Would you like to hang your coats out here before we go in today?
Welcome back to the Strawtown Inn. The tables are set and the staff is ready to serve.
How will this be for you today? That'd be great.
It didn't take long for members of the local lunch crowd to find their way back.
Certainly a lot of people from around the area enjoy it, and it was too bad while it was closed.
The menu includes traditional Dutch dishes and new cuisine.
When you come here for an experience. You don't come here for just dinner. Although we like to think that we make the dinner the highlight, I know better. I just try to keep the dinner at the same caliber as the atmosphere.
Number 4 is Sharice. Okay, that one. Former queens have stayed in some of these rooms. There are 17 in all, and each is different. If you're thinking about tulip time this year, you're too late. There's no room at the inn. Strawtown Inn is the kind of place that brings people to Pella before and after the tulips bloom.
We love the people that brings back to town. They're an influential group. They're going to be enjoying themselves. They're going to come to spend money at the bakeries, the meat markets, the furniture stores, the lace shops.
I've been there, and it looks like they're back in business, no doubt about that. So it's good town. It's a good thing for Pella.
That's the word from the Chamber of Commerce and the word on the street.
The new owners are Pella Windows and the Heartland Hotel Corporation, and the restaurant is open for lunches and dinners Monday through Saturday.
Well, for the second straight year, the Hawkeye men's basketball team is one and done at the Big Ten Conference Tournament in Chicago. The Hawkeyes faced Wisconsin today in the tournament quarterfinals and lost 74-60. Just Settles had 21 points in a losing cause. Despite the early exit, Iowa is expected to make this year's NCAA basketball tournament. Now, our own Heidi Soliday will have more on the game and a live News Star 8 satellite report from Chicago coming up on News Channel 8 at 6.
And Mike Lozano is back again to tell us more about this snowstorm that passed through.
Snowstorm passing through and going, and another one on the way. That's the bad thing. We'll tell you about that one right after this.
Meteorologist Mike Lozano has earned the American Meteorological Society's seal of approval for excellence in television weathercasting.
If you suffer from a respiratory condition, please call American Home Patient. Our professional staff is waiting to help you. We offer a variety of products and services to meet your individual needs, such as portable oxygen conserving devices, respiratory medications, sleep disorder products, and respiratory assessments as prescribed by your physician. Your choice of providers is clear. Call an American Home Patient store near you today. We'll treat you like family.
It's not just about planning. It's about living. It's about offices nearby, where long-term relationships outweigh short-term gains. At Edward Jones, it's never just about investing. It's about knowing you and your dreams. Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
It's good to see you, son. Yeah, you too, Dad. Son, you know, if you call U.S. West, you can get local long-distance calls for just 10 cents a minute. Anytime. Oh, yeah? Yeah. So, we can live hours apart and always be close. Always.
That's great, Dad, but I mean, I still live at home. I mean, you know, with you and Mom.
Yes, you do.
Pay 10 cents a minute with U.S. West. Life's better here.
Closed captioning of News Channel 8 is brought to you as a public service by KCCI and the cardiologists, surgeons, and staff at the Iowa Heart Center.
You are go for a pizza delivery.
There's a better way to deliver oven-fresh pizza. The Domino's Heat Wave, the bag that works like a portable oven for the best-tasting Domino's ever. Domino's delivering 1 million smiles a day. Get any large pizza with up to 3 of your favorite toppings for just $10.99. That's right, any large to 3 toppings, $10.99. Just $10.99. Call Domino's now.
Good old TGIF Day just in time, too, because we missed the big one. At least here in central Iowa we did. You go down to the southeast, just a couple of miles, all kinds of snow. 34 degrees, cloudy skies right now, winds out of the east. Remember what I always say, not good for man or beast. 16 miles per hour, the wind chill, 13 degrees. Dew point right now at 27 degrees. Relative humidity, 75%. Barometers falling, 29.92 inches of mercury. Spent a very pleasant afternoon today talking to the Asphalt Pavers Association, giving the old Lozano weather talk. That's me sitting out here. There's about 1,000 people back over here, but wanted to honor one very, very special company that received a national award. Des Moines Asphalt Paving, I think we've got another picture here coming up, received an award. Well, that's not it. But anyway, a very, very prestigious award that they received. It's kind of like winning an Emmy. It's the first time any company in Des Moines has won it. Matter of fact, anybody in the Midwest, a fabulous Hayes Award. You guys over at Des Moines Asphalt would be very, very proud of that. Here's a look at something we're not very proud of at all. All the way over here from the east to down toward the southwest, snow is falling on live super Doppler. That just coincides with the snow advisory. Now, the biggest problem is right along these highways. The snow is wet, very, very slushy. Matter of fact, I-35 south reporting up to 50% slush cover. Do be careful. Here's how much snow got reported. 4 inches at Humiston, 4 inches also southeast of Oskaloosa, 5 inches at Corydon, 6.5 inches at Sheridan, and of course 10 to 12 inches over in the Albia area right now. Taking a look at some of the temperatures, 32 at Fort Dodge, 36 degrees. Sioux City, 33 degrees at Ottumwa, 28 degrees at Dubuque, 33 at Lamoni, 39 degrees at Clarinda, 34 over in Audubon. Going in for a closer look, 32 at Storm Lake, 36 at Webster City, 36 also at Carroll and Atlantic, 32 at Creston, That's the bad part about it. There's a little line right here, freezing temperatures with about 5 inches of snow on the ground. It compresses very, very easily because it was so very wet. That's going to make it very icy. So as the sheriff in Albia said, be very careful. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Duluth right now, 19 degrees, 23 degrees, Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Look at Kansas City, 40 degrees, 55 down at Joplin, 48 degrees at Cape Girardeau, 55 degrees in Cincinnati. We're going to get rid of the temperature, show you what we expect to happen. Here's the snow. It's going to move out toward the east. Here comes another little patch of snow. Will it get us? No, not really. It's shrinking very steadily. High pressure moving in, getting us briefly cold. This snow out here is going to disintegrate into almost nothing. Here's a look at what we're worried about, though. We've got another system forming up over in here, this little band of clouds, a very powerful low. Now, we don't trust any low that comes out of the southwest, particularly at this time of the year, because what happens is this. We get cold air on our surface. We get a low coming in from the southwest. It picks up all kinds of Pacific and Gulf moisture, and we get plenty of moisture in the form of the white stuff, and that's exactly what we got in the forecast. Here's a look at it right now for central Iowa. Cloudy skies, wet snow in the southeastern half, winds out of the east-northeast at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, the overnight low, 19 degrees. Then tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy with a chance of morning flurries and light snow, winds northeasterly at 10 to 20 with a high of 34 degrees. Tomorrow night, mostly clear and cold, dense fog possible in the southeastern half where you got the snow cover, winds out of the north at 5 to 10 with a low 18 degrees. On Sunday, mostly sunny, but then increasing evening cloudiness, winds southeasterly at 5 to 10, high of 40 degrees. So you say, who minds a little clouds? Well, we should, because on Monday, we've got a darn good chance of having a fairly reasonable snow. That means a lot. 32 for the high, 22 for the low, extending into Tuesday. Wednesday, though, Mother Nature says, oh, I'm sorry.
So when you say a lot?
In excess of 3.
Okay.
In excess of 3.
When he does this, I'm afraid.
I know.
I do that frequently.
Try to pin him down here.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, it's hard to tell what people are talking more about today, the weather or that big Powerball prize settlement.
Well, we'll be talking about both coming up on News Channel 8 at 6, and here's Jeanette Trumpeter with a preview of that very newscast. Jeanette?
Steve and Cynthia, we will hear more from Tim Schultz about how he's splitting his big multi-million-dollar prize, and we'll find out what Central Iowans think about the way things played out in this Powerball controversy. Also, a verdict today in the prostitution case against the owner of an Ames strip club. Our Live Link reporter Rashini Rajkumar has that story, plus
a Des Moines man is critically hurt after allegedly stealing anhydrous ammonia. I'm Michelle Parker. I'll have the details coming up.
And Heidi is live from Chi-Town again with the latest on college hoop action, as you mentioned. We hope you'll stick around for the CBS Evening News and join us for News Channel 8 at 6.
Chi-Town, that would be Chicago.
Windy City.
All right, thank you, Jeanette.
Well, they're ugly and annoying, and many people get them. Even Steve.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So what can you do about those pesky warts? I thought you were talking about me. Dr. Tom Evans has some answers in today's Feel Your Best report.
Out here, it seems the wind never stops blowing. They call it the velocity zone. Build and remodel homes here, and you soon learn what you can and can't trust. Contractor John Miranda trusts only one window, Anderson. That's why if you ask him to use anything other than Anderson, he'll ask you to sign a release. So his reputation remains solid. Worry-proof, time-proof, Anderson Windows.
There are lots of places to buy furniture, but there's only one Amish House. Amish House is committed to bringing you heirloom quality wood furniture pieces at the everyday low prices you deserve. Nearly half our store is devoted to bedroom furniture, offering a good look at all the beds we carry to give you a good night's rest. Choose from a spectrum of beautiful, functional pieces that make your bedroom a haven and give your clothing a home, or custom order your own. And with financing specials available, this beautiful, affordable furniture can be yours. We have the service and furniture you've been looking for at Amish House Furniture, Urbandale.
The NCAA tournament's coming, and KCCI is going to bring on the brackets at KCCI.com. Sunday at 5:30, catch the NCAA selection show on Channel 8. Then, jump on KCCI.com, where we'll be the first to bring on the brackets. News Channel 8 wants to take your school by storm. Announcing the Storm Team Tour 99, starring meteorologist John McLaughlin, Mike Lozano, Jason Parkin, and Brian Kerrick. It's a thunderous multimedia weather show powered by ABI Systems, featuring demonstrations, experiments, and more. Plus, you'll get a free souvenir courtesy of your Central Iowa Taco John's. Just send us a letter or email us telling us about your school's interest in weather. News Channel 8 Storm Team Tour 99. It'll blow you away.
Life is a journey, a drive through Main Street America, a cruise down the interstate. And around every turn, there's Chevrolet. Right now, during Chevrolet's Highway 99, you'll find APR financing as low as 0.9% or cash back up to $1,500. So don't just sit there, hit the highway. Chevrolet's Highway 99, going on now for a limited time at your local Chevrolet dealer.
Viruses come in all shapes and sizes, and one form can even result in an annoying and a very common wart. There are lots of myths about warts, what causes them, and how to cure them.
And Molly Cooney has more on that in today's Feel Your Best interview with our family doctor, Tom Evans.
You've probably heard some of those myths. Don't handle a toad or you'll get warts. And many of us believed it, especially when we were young. Well, Dr. Tom joins us today to tell us, is that really true about the frogs?
Well, I don't think so, Molly. Let's talk about warts for a second. The way we get warts, a virus infects skin cells, and the skin cell, it alters the way they operate so that they continue to replicate very rapidly. That virus is called a human papillomavirus, or HPV. Now, there are over 60 different types, and they tend to they cause different kinds of warts, but they also are species-specific, so you probably didn't pick it up from a toad. You probably picked it up from a person, though. We can pass warts back and forth from person to person, or in some cases, we can auto-inoculate, which is basically we move it from one place on our body to another place on our body.
Are there different types of warts?
Well, there are 60 different types of HPV, so yeah, there's different types of warts, but there are some very, very common ones, and we're going to talk about two of those, common warts and plantar warts. Now, common warts tend to be whitish or pinkish, anywhere from, 5 millimeters to about 1 centimeter in diameter. They can get fairly large. They're painless, and they can occur anywhere on your body, but usually on the hands or on the feet. Plantar warts are not named after planters. They're named because they occur on the plantar surface of the foot. These are common warts. Okay, they're just like the others, but they happen to happen down here, and they are painful. The reason is because we walk on them, and it drives up into our foot and causes discomfort.
What should we do then for both of these?
Well, warts go away on their own. I know people won't believe that. Warts go away on their own, usually in months, sometimes in years. If you're impatient, there are some things you can do to take care of it. There are some chemicals you can put on, you can get at the pharmacy that will irritate it and stimulate your immune system to get rid of them. If that doesn't work, go to your family doc. They have some other things that will help take them off. Now, there are two situations I want people to see the doctor for sure. Number one, if they're over 45 and they have a wart, they need to see their doc because their wart might not be a wart, it may be a skin cancer. Number two, if it's a genital wart, those can be related to cervical cancer, they need to see their doc.
Good points. Thank you very much, Dr. Tom. Thank you for joining us for Feel Your Best. I'm Molly Cooney.
And coming up next week, Dr. Tom talks about strokes, the third leading cause of death in the United States.
And coming up next on First News at 5, one more look at that forecast, and it could be a snowy one.
Hey, let's talk New York. Let's talk pizza. Let's talk big. Like the new Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. It's so big it's got 3 zip codes. You need a road map to find your way across it. It's so big on the other side, it's almost Cleveland. It's a genuine street corner 16-inch New York style pizza with 8 big floppy foldable slices dripping with cheese and tomato sauce that's really, really good. At a price that's very un-New York. $9.99. $9.99. You can't even get a taxi for that price. The Big New Yorker pizza from Pizza Hut. The best pizzas under one roof.
It's Red Tag sale time going on now at Dewey Ford. Every new car, truck, and van sale priced in Red Tag for immediate delivery. A 99 Ford Taurus as low as $15,590. 99 Escorts as low as $9,990. And 99 Rangers starting at $9,990. Or take advantage of 0.9% financing on selected models. Don't wait. Come in today for best selection. Dewey Ford's Red Tag sale going on now. East 4th and Grand, minutes from anywhere.
We treat you better, we do. Dewey Ford.
For up-to-the-minute weather information, day or night, call the News Channel 8 Super Doppler forecast at 262-7173. Sponsored by the Iowa State Center's Stevens Auditorium. News Channel 8 is the leader in special reports. Cynthia Fodor took you behind the scenes of the Miss USA pageant in Branson.
I felt so good about it.
Brian Paulson showed you how to beat crime and become a better eyewitness. Steve Carlin covered the Daytona 500. Todd Nagel gave you a sneak peek at the Chicago Auto Show. Cynthia Fodor found out if your child's school cafeteria was safe behind kitchen doors. Jeanette Treppeter took you backstage at the Grammys.
Hello, Des Moines.
And Jeff Greenwood investigated bad landlords. The best special reports. Another reason News Channel 8 is Iowa's news leader.
Last year, Project Main Street helped create a garden for physically challenged individuals in Moines, rebuild a bell tower in Maxburg, renovate a turn-of-the-century fire station in Earlham, and build a softball field in Guthrie Center. What can Project Main Street 1999 do for you? Hi, I'm meteorologist Jason Parkin, inviting your town to compete for one of 5 $1,500 grants courtesy of News Channel 8 and Casey's. Write to News Channel 8 for entry forms and return them by April 1st. Let's hear your creative ideas, and we'll do it together with Project Main Street.
Looks like the snow is over there by Iowa City already.
Yeah, it's going that way, thank goodness. But we've got some more coming in, and that's what you need to know about right now, because Monday, when you head back to work, could be a little bit sloppy. Matter of fact, could be even dangerous, so you have to keep an eye on the forecast. Sunday evening, we'll see an increase in cloudiness. By Monday morning, a lot of snow flakes will be dropping out of the bottom of those clouds. Could be considerable. We don't know how much yet, but we will keep you informed over the weekend. It'll linger into Tuesday. On Wednesday, the sun comes out again, and it slowly gets warmer.
Okay, keep it tuned right here.
You bet.
Okay, thank you, Mike. We'd like to thank you for joining us for First News at 5 all week long.
That's right, and CBS Evening News is next, and stay tuned to News Channel 8 at 6 o'clock. Have a great weekend.
First with breaking news, exclusive Super Doppler weather, and award-winning sports. News Channel 8 is Iowa's news leader.